Hello traders, how are you doing today? Trust you're all doing good. So as I promised you, we will be doing a recap on every trade that we have taken. And this is volatility 5 index. And this market was a bullish market when we took this trade on Wednesday. And this market was also a very promising market since when we check it on higher time frame, we could see the market was making higher highs. If you don't know the meaning of higher highs, please just tune in the next video. I'll be explaining what is higher highs and lower lows in Forex. So today we just want to do a recap of the trade we took in the course of this week, which was on Wednesday, and this market was bullish and our bias was bullish also, because you cannot take a trade going the opposite direction of that market. You have to base your analysis and your sentiments and your bias on the direction of that market. So here, this market was bullish. Now we cannot do anything in regards to the opposite direction, which is sell. So we will only take a buy trade. So what we are waiting for this market to do is to break out of this zone, and then we buy this market all the way to the previous high, which the market had once reached. That is a very important factor. If you have an idea of where the market had reached prior, it is also easy for you to do what? To place your trade with a bias on the direction the market will go, since you know where the market had gone initially. So we were very sure this market will come back up here. Since it is a bullish market, the market is making higher highs and higher lows. So we are sure if we go in and buy this market, we are definitely going to go all the way up to where the market had reached initially. Let me show you with this arrow. So this market was here on Wednesday, and we were just waiting for this price to break out of this box. Immediately we break out of this box, we were sure that the market will do what? The market will push up. Okay, so being a very, very nice bullish market, I don't know why this one is hugging. I wanted to use the arrow to drag it all the way up for you, but I don't know why it's hugging. This is the zone. Let us use a box so that you can know the zone where we were waiting for price to break out. This was the zone. Okay, we had put a box along this one daily candle, and this was more of an indecision candle. So this one is a market scenario whereby you are waiting for price to tell you what next it's going to do. Here the market was just stagnant at this zone. So when you even go to lower time frame, that was daily, when you check in H4, you could see how price played in this zone for some time before we break out of this box. And in our previous video, we have said every time we break out of a structure, we have to wait for market to come back and retest our 50 EMA or retest the box. Then that's when we go up. So you can clearly see how this market had played. Immediately we put this box, we had to be patient and wait. And this place here, market tried to break out. And if you know, this one is a rejection candle, price closed inside. The sellers came out stronger on this zone, even though buyer pushed and broke out of the box. At the end of the day, seller pushed the market all the way down here, closing inside the box. So at that zone, we just had to still wait. We are waiting for an H4 candle to break out of the box. That should be a bullish candle, should be color blue or green, because that is the direction of the market. We are bullish, we are going up. So immediately we saw this one. That was a very good indication that the buyers are taking control. This one here, this one, they came out strong. but at the end of the day, sellers overpowered them and pushed the market down, closing inside the box. We had to wait. The second one also, they tried to push up, but they didn't close outside of the box. They closed inside. The third one, this is when the buyers close out of the box. And this is just one of your confluence. It's not like you're supposed to enter that trade immediately. No. What you're supposed to do is to wait for this market to do what? To retest or retest this zone. That is definitely, in other terms, there will be a pullback. Okay, every time we break out of a structure, we'll experience a pullback to the zone. After we have get this pullback, that is when we are going to look for what? For a buy. Okay, and I usually advise my students to always take their buys at this zone where we have the 50 EMA. You can clearly see how price was being rejected at that zone. So this 50 EMA is very important and powerful. You can clearly see and read what the market is trying to tell you. Here price was being rejected. Every now and then it was trying to close below the 50 EMA. There were rejections. What do I mean when I say rejection? You can see these lines. These are wicks. All of these are wicks. Price was being rejected, and that one is indicating that buyers are still in control. As much as sellers were trying to push the market down, there was a big rejection every time they attempt. And that's how we ended up getting this consolidation on this zone. You can clearly see that was more of a consolidation. So in Forex, when the market is consolidating, you have nothing to do in that market. You just have to do what? To wait for price to do what? To finish the consolidation, breaking out of the box and retesting it, and then we go up. So this is what has happened in the course of this week. Immediately we broke here, we wait for price to go back inside, and this 50 EMA was our guide. So if you wanted a much more sniper entry, you just have to enter at the 50 EMA, putting your stop loss below the 50 EMA or below this box, and then you target the previous high where the market reached before it did what? It did the pullback. So this was a very nice trade, a very peaceful one, as much as slow it has been, but it was very promising since it was indicating and giving you a thumbs up of where it wants to go. Like here, the minute it was being rejected on this zone, that was also an insight to us that this market is still bullish and we are just waiting to break above. So immediately we broke here. Now market retested the box nicely, and then we went all the way up. So you can just close this market at this zone because now you can clearly see the momentum of this market is getting weak. There's some rejection also coming in here. So it's not a market which you can still hold on since the power of buyers is now getting weak. Anytime you can decide to do a retracement back to the 50 EMA before it breaks this zone. So this is what I wanted us to share today. And please, if you have not subscribed, kindly subscribe so that we can learn and grow together. Thank you and see you on the next one. Bye.